Sir, on behalf of the Chamber, we express our sincere thanks and gratitude, sir, for accepting our invitation to address the members. I'm Rupa, Assistant Secretary General at BCIC, and let us give a hearty welcome to Mr. K. Mahesh, who is the Director of Income Tax. We also welcome Mr. Amit Doraraju, Additional Commissioner. Welcome, sir. This event is organized under the aegis of the Direct Tax Expert Committee, and we also welcome our President, CA Ravi, who is the partner of first exclusive interaction organized along with the government officials, and thanks to Mr. Naveen Khariwal. Thank you very much, sir, who is the co-chair of the Direct Tax Expert Committee for structured. We invite Mr. Vishwanath, who is the Vice President of the Chamber. And, welcome you all once again. Now I request President to take it over from here, sir.
Very warm welcome to all of you for joining here for an interesting, I think a lot of you do not know. I think anything regarding intelligence is very secret. I think after our speaker here will be not telling you the secrets, but he will at least tell us how careful we should be in terms of the direct taxes front. First of all, sir, I would like to thank him for, we had a small interaction in his office and we requested him, so we want you to come over here and address our members. And he, along with Naveen, also we have been there, and he readily agreed. In fact, Amit Raju was also there, and so thank you for having accepted our invitation. One of the thing was, is it relevant for our members to hear the speech today? But because most of the stakeholders, as far as they are concerned, are the sub-registrar, the banks, the mutual fund, various stakeholders who file their returns with the department. And that is where they get a lot of information. I'm sure today's talk from our guest would be a lot of interest for you, I'm sure. And you'll also be able to guide your clients, if you're professionals or if you're a businessman, to ensure that whatever is today's with technology, I'm sure they're very, very smart. In fact, I was telling him, sir, today we don't ask the client, give me your details of your income. Go to AIS and get all the information. That is the type of information we get from the income tax portal. So on behalf of the BCIC, I welcome all of you for having come over here. I know this is a lot of traffic jam, but still, we thought this particular year from the Direct Taxes Committee, Naveen and me, we had discussions. We thought we should have some good interactions, whether it is from the from TDS or from other CPC. We wanted to, we being faced with the department from the members and the tax filers, and we also usually we have been doing a lot of representation with the ministries, and we are also planning one very big seminar. Our mentor for this committee is Mr. Sibijan Matthew, who is the former Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. So we are planning one day full session, sir, on the income tax 2025, because a lot of people are not aware of the various provisions. And then I'm sure this would be, we on that one day seminar, we are most likely getting the member of the CBD legislation. So we're just waiting for the confirmation. Once that happens, mostly next month, we are planning to have that particular event. I think I would request all of you to please register when we send out the meeting notice, and probably that would be a very important event for all of us. One of the objectives for us is to facilitate a constructive two-way dialogue, bringing industry perspectives to the government, while also helping our members to understand policy changes, compliance requirements, and emerging across the tax administration. We believe that such interactions contribute towards a very transparent, efficient, and business-friendly tax environment. BCIC, as you all know, I'm sure some of you, when you saw the film, you were wondering, what is this Gandaberunda doing? So we are celebrating our 50th Golden Jubilee this year, and it is very important for, and as you all know, the BCIC Gandaberunda. So we did have the logo launch done by the Mysore Maharaja, and it happened in the month of February. And we are going to come out with a number of initiatives for the Golden Jubilee celebrations. And this particular, we are also planning to have very big landmark events. I mean, some events, particularly, we want to focus on AI, artificial intelligence, to sign an MOU with one of the leading universities. We are also thinking of doing some social activities like cancer detection camps and things like that with a couple of, particularly with the Shankara Foundation. We also plan to open an office in Singapore. We also already have an office in Japan. I'm sure many of you who have been regularly attending our meetings know our Japan office in Tokyo is manned by Mr. Suresh and Mr. Anil Raj. And we have tied up with SMRJ, that is the Small and Medium Enterprises of Japan. And we also have another MOU, which we signed in the month of September with the mayor of Osaka. So in these two areas, with these two agencies, we are trying to do some collaboration between India and Japan in the area of smart manufacturing, and the other aspect is startups. These are the two areas. I would like you to go through our magazine. So there is a portal. If you're interested to do any business with Japan, you can register in the portal, and any Japanese company is interested to do business with you, they will. This is one more thing which I thought I should mention to you. In fact, our direct taxes expert committee is looking at also doing a number of, particularly we would like to collect ease of doing business. There are a lot of information we require from this people who are using the services of the government. So this EODB committee is been formed this year, and from the income tax angle, as far as direct taxes is concerned, we have Mr. Sunil Kumar Dareshwar from Infosys Limited, who is our chairman, and we have Sriram Ranganathan, who's a tax head from Wipro, and Naveen Kariwal from Naveen Kariwal Company, and Mr. Sibichand Matthew, who's IRS, who's the former Director General, and who will be our intern for this particular direct taxes committee. We also intend to have some workshops on direct taxes. We'll come back to you for the information of members. On the 4th of July, the last 1 month, we have formed about 22 committees. All these 22 committees have come out with an action plan for the year. And I think starting from the next 1 week, we'll be having a number of programs lined up for the benefit of members. And those of you who are interested can please contact us. Some will be paid programs, some will be free programs. But based upon your interest, we would like you to attend these programs proactively, because one of the challenges as organizers we face is getting the right speaker is one point. But after having done that, we are a little worried about people coming to the meeting. But that is another challenge. But I'm sure if a topic is very good, topical, and something new, people are willing to come, and that's a reason we have a full house today. So I wouldn't want to take time. I just maybe with these introductory remarks, I would request our co-chair, Mr. Naveen Kariwal, to introduce our guests as well as also give a context for this particular meeting.
Good evening to all the members of Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce have assembled here. Let me tell you, my dear friends, at the inception, this being the 50th year, there are 3 chartered accountants at the helm, and which between 2 senior chartered accountants. One is K. my president, and my vice president is K. Vishwanath, and who is, the partner in KP Rao, and KP Rao has completed 60 years yesterday. 60 years. Other KP Rao, in fact, he started 75 years back. He was in 10 years, he was in Brahma and Company, I was told. Now coming to our own person from Kanakpura, you should understand that our own person today is the director of I&CI. What is I&CI, my dear friends? Since there are amalgam of businessmen and professionals, I&CI is a very important designation. I is intelligence and CI is criminal investigation. So Mr. K.M. Mahesh is the director of I&CI of entire Karnataka and Goa region. And he has willingly accepted our invitation when we went there. First of all, I tried to contact Mr. Amit Doreraju sir, additional commissioner, and he immediately gave us an audience. Myself and my president, we went there. Along with his son also, we sat there, 1 hour audience. They explained various facets, how the I&CI is working, and is most useful to all the assessees in India, be it professional, be it businessman, be it any assessee who's paying taxes. They will let you know the importance also. And then I would like to, I keep my introduction short and sweet. Sir is, obviously in IRS, and he's officer of 2003 batch. Now, what are his achievements? Basically, he started his assignment from, I think, Surat and Ahmedabad. And all of you know, invariably, people who start from Surat and Ahmedabad inevitably go and reach the highest post. So, that's the same thing happened, bound to reach the CPD. So, anyway, so his important prior post was, sir was a director in Ministry of Petroleum in New Delhi. Sir was also secretary to the Minister of Environmental Forests. And his main, implementation of Ujjwala scheme, 8 crore LPG cylinders, the man is here, who was in charge of the implementation. The director transfer in LPG subsidy. And then, he was in Surat, he was in Ahmedabad, he was in Nagpur, he was in Belgavi, etc. And then, coming to I&CI, last 1 minute before handing over the baton to him. Basically, I&CI, my dear friends, is uploading a lot of information on the portal. So if you see where the entire world has failed, India has succeeded. India has succeeded in the sense on the portal, you have such a robust portal, you are filing the return today, and by the time you reach home, the intimation would have come, it would have been processed. And what sort of information is there? He will throw more light. Just to tell you, suppose you are depositing some cash in bank account, it is available there on the portal. Your cash deposit, your cash withdrawal, your dividend received, sale of shares, sale of mutual funds. You register a property, you sell a property, you purchase a property. In fact, now even unlisted shares, whatever you are supposed to gift, transfer, even that is there. Now on to top of it, there is section 194Q. Suppose you go, to a jewelry shop, your wife's old jewelry, you want to exchange for new jewelry. You purchased 20 years back when, it was old jewelry, and today is the new jewelry exchange. The jeweler without your knowledge would have taken PAN, deducted TDS or TCS 194Q. That is also available there. What you should do is you have to pay capital gain tax. You have to pay invariably gain tax. So these are the information which are available from the portal. Invariably, I've seen my client wherever I go, I see these 5 bank accounts are there. On the portal, there are 10 bank accounts. so in fact, this is very much safe for us. Department is telling, I'm giving the information. Now you can fill up the return. This is very safe for me. I can download all the information and I can happily, declare everything. Very right. So this is what is the sum and substance. We welcome you, sir, to this gathering. And now I hand over the baton to respected K.M. Mahesh, sir. Thank you, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಶ್ರೀ ರವಿ ಅವರೇ, BCIC, ಶ್ರೀ ಕೆ ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಅವರೇ, ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ BCIC, ಶ್ರೀ ನವೀನ್, co-chair direct taxes, all the esteemed members of BCIC, colleague Amit. First and foremost, I profusely thank BCIC for giving me this opportunity. So we all know we are all living in the era where information is democratized. Now people have access to information. Earlier, we were all fighting with each other for want of information or lack of information. So ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ಸದೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಇಟ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನೋ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು ಇವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಅಂತ. So that was a time. That is how we all used to engage. Now we are in a different era. So information is readily available to each and everyone. The terms of engagement of government with citizens has also changed. So that days of my baap, ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಏನೋ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾಗರಿಕರಿಗೆ, that terms has changed. How things change rapidly. Last ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೆದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ you can visualize in what speed and scale things can happen. So as income tax department, you are all a part of it. You have been interacting with department since ages. It has also undergone paradigm shift. Paradigm shift is real paradigm shift. See, our journey started in 2005 in terms of adapting something new, technology in the platform. See, starting from allotment of PAN. Then 2007, filing portal. Then 8, we have the TDS. Gradually we moved up. So, from paper to paperless regime. We have moved. So, technological adaptation ಅಂತ ಏನಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, developments ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, we started to drive the essence of non-intrusive tax administration. It did tax administration be non-intrusive? Why unnecessarily go to a person and any citizen traveling? That is one. Secondly, to promote voluntary compliance. Let there be voluntary compliance. See, we are all on the same table. We are all stakeholders in the tax administration. Naveen Irbodo, being a CA, is a statutorily appointed person, recognized person. His duty bound to certify many things, and he has all the rights to ask things, and he will be held responsible. All that. So now we are on the same page. Other person is the taxpayer. So he really, considering these two major objectives of the department, non-intrusive tax administration and to promote voluntary compliance, government started stepping up the things. How do we do it? So we have a digital platform when we started onboarding everyone, when we started gathering information from the taxpayer and other sources. So in 2021, we have come up with an idea of annual information statement. You all know it. So government thought, see, information ella kade ide, TDS ide, now third party reporting ide. So let us bring it to one platform. Okay. Then government decided, let us show it to taxpayer also. So ಎಲ್ಲ ದುಡ್ಡು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ದುಡ್ಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಟ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಿರಿ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬುಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಕೆಲವರು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ PhD in some subjects because of some forwards WhatsApp ಅಲ್ಲಿ. You acquire so much of knowledge about thing which you have not seen. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ just to give a context, like now information is available with us. Department thought, let us show it to everyone. Let people have access to information. Let him decide. So then builds transparency, accountability, that makes ease of compliance very smooth. So in this context, we have a directorate called Intelligence and Criminal Investigation. So see, our history dates back to 1970s. CIB and that. So we were getting some information from third parties in physical form. Again, on sorry, physical asset. It was not finding its rightful place. So digitization we started getting more and more. And 2017 onwards, the scope of third party reporting has been expanded. So we have different sources of third party reports of high value transactions. For example, banks. Bank, you purchase a DD, high value DD, say 10 lakhs and above, or a prepaid instrument. You can deposit cash in, say, SB account, or you deposit cash or withdraw cash in current account, say 50 lakhs and above. That gets reported. You get interest income. That gets reported. You make a huge, like a term deposit, 10 lakhs and above, it gets reported. Naveen, you purchase shares in unlisted company, that gets reported. You invest in debentures or bonds of 10 lakhs and above, it gets deposited. So again, property, property, 30 lakhs and above, now it's 45 lakhs. Any establishment, jewelry, he sells something, someone pays more than 2 lakhs in cash, that gets reported. So they're like, so reporting another what we have done as a department, we started pre-filling the ITR. So So anything ನಿಮ್ಮ ITR ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಡೌನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ you will get to know ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದ್ರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ you get to know. Pre-filling is one aspect, and secondly, you get those information and see how best you can expand the tax base. With near 150 crores, 9 crore ITR filed. Out of that 9 crores, 6 crore are without any tax. So rest you have, and I-net. So considering this, we department feel there is a scope for utilizing this information gathered from different reporting entities for widening the tax base. Secondly, it also helps in deepening the tax base. Suppose ಈಗ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಒಂದು ಇದಿರ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ is running it. So he has multiple bank accounts. All the bank accounts gets reported. Then we have a fair idea about his entire transaction. If there are cash deposits in those accounts, we get to know. That helps in deepening of tax base. Thirdly, what is happening for any department, including department, other organization of government of India, state government, you get to collect some actionable intelligence in the course of your verification. For example, the high value transaction in property sake. You verify it. You come to know that it's of benami nature. The person who was purchased is a person of low means. So we can take it further. There are instances where there are huge cash deposits in SB account. Say 1 crore. We have come across. So now 1 crore is unusual in any SB account. He should be doing some business. If he's doing some business, he should have opened some current account, had some license establishment, the GST file madilla. So what we do? We write to GST. See, it's 20 lakhs. Threshold is breached. They can see from their angle. We have a number of instances where, say, some property transaction is there. Property like someone is paid 10 crores. The builders they pay it in check. Yaro only Sarjapurದಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ತಿಬಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ no. You will show only 3 crores in sale deed. They pay whatever stamp duty. But 7 crore is got in check only, but not disclosed. So those things get flagged. Again, builder, 10 crores, 7 crores, he has not paid any stamp duty. We report to IGI. See, this is how it is being networked. So fundamentally, as a directorate engaged in gathering information regarding high value transactions of third parties, we get them with a purpose to promote non-intrusive tax administration and to promote voluntary compliance with an objective of widening and deepening of tax base and to empower citizens, taxpayers. Now the entire government focus is on empowering citizens or taxpayer. So no hide and seek business. It's an open book examination. So this is in this context we are all working. So we have three as a directorate. We have two broader mandate. One regarding getting information from third parties. Second is we also undertake verification of high-risk cases. Some cases they flag it. Suppose we have come across like we have, for example, a person A is there. He has purchased property for 3 crores, but he is filing ITR 1. So obviously, as a chartered accountant, you will be surprised. You are filing ITR 1 with meager income. What should be the source? There is a question. Anyone will get it. So we give an opportunity for them try to ascertain. We have huge cash deposits, which is not incommensurate with his declared turnover. See, it's not that everyone is wrong. Let us be very sure. It is all trust-based tax administration. We believe. For example, Naveen ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ 194Q you purchase. For example, in the case of Arakanet commission agent, licensed, anything they are purchasing farmer, nothing is deducted. They pay in cash, check, whatever. But whenever they are selling, any trader, the product which they have purchased from the farmers, then 194Q is applicable. When it reaches 50 lakh threshold, so those things get reported. Same time, they are also filing GST returns. So we cross-check. Okay, so Mr. So-and-so company has a reported transaction of say 50 crores. But he has only shown commission agent. We make check. We check that, verify that, and close that. Earlier, what used to happen? It used to be taken up for detailed scrutiny. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. So ಈಗ when we have a electronic mode of assessment, now it is furthermore difficult to explain. So now the government said, okay, we'll identify some IRS cases. Let the intelligence unit verify it. If they say okay, that's the end. If you flag it further, it will be picked for further verification. So this is how we are operating in this ecosystem. So within this vertical, like when we say in the third-party information, we have 3 subdivisions. The government says there are, as notified, certain transactions where you are required to quote your PAN. There are relevant rules. So suppose you purchase some 4-wheelers, say you purchase insurance premium, so you need to quote PAN. Somebody who is not quoted, he does not have PAN, he has to give declaration. The person who is going to collect those declarations should file one statement before the government. We will have access to those information. We'll see from risk point of view. Person not having PAN but transacting huge amount is a matter of concern for government. That is one stream. That is reporting of non-PAN transaction. Second, I have explained like reporting of high value transaction that are taking place within the country, domestic high value transaction through banks, sub-registers, companies, any business establishment. It's all ever widening. These numbers of different categories of information which we get are being expanded from time to time. Third important aspect is we as a country, we are under international obligation to exchange information regarding non-residents who are in country and earning income. So we have FATCA and CRS regime. So we collect those information from all those banks, insurance agencies, depository institutions, and pass it on to the country specific. Country. Now, from this year onwards, even transaction in crypto assets will also be reported. That information will be exchanged. We have a good number of crypto exchanges. The major grievance of Indian crypto exchanges is related to Indians opening account elsewhere out of country and transacting, because in India we started deducting yes, also we started saying again your income profit you earn taxable at special rate, we won't allow setting up of losses and all. So there was a lot of because of a regulatory framework, people used to operate from Dubai-based exchange and all. Now with this rollout of mandatory reporting, so these instances of Indians opening their account elsewhere will come down significantly. In Indian transacting in crypto assets will have to open account here and do it instead of something getting reported from there, then it becomes foreign asset. So many implications are there from income tax. So we have these verticals with respect to compliance management. We are doing it. And the second mandate is regarding verification of high risk cases. So we have the system runs through the information available. It assigns cases under different head. we have come across like someone has filed ITR but not declared his salary. That data gets reported, information gets reported through TDS. We chase them, we tell them, we nudge them to file that return so that they can escape future proceedings. Now, what has the department has done? A government, one important thing which has been put in place to encourage people to go for updated returns. Sometimes knowingly, unknowingly, there is a tendency amongst taxpayers to miss out something. I may miss out something, but I should not be taken to that rigors of proceedings, scrutiny, penalty, prosecution. There are many aspects. Once it triggers in, it is done. So now government wants people to avail that. In case something missed out, you pay some additional tax and get away with the things. So this concept of ITRU has also come into picture. I'm sure. We encourage people. See, wherever we go for e-verification, invariable last line we write, government has provided this facility. Please make use of it. Let us be, create a win-win situation for you, me and you, not to prolong any litigation. So we get good response. What is happening many times? We are all professionals. You are also saddled with so many things. Maybe again, these are all nowadays done on digital platform. There is a chances that either taxpayer misses out or the person like advocate or the CA who is handling the case may miss out the notice and all. It may end up somewhere. So now, to address these gaps and all, these things are put in place. So in a nutshell, to say that as a Directorate of Intelligence and Criminal Investigation, we have been pushing for more democratization of information amongst the taxpayer. We want the taxpayer of the country empowered. Anything we get information from 59 sources, which gets populated in your AIS. 59 different sources. 59 different sources. And it's the scope is widening. The sources are widening. It's not that government is in static mode. So today, in a month, we have 30 lakh crores transaction that takes place through UPI. I would be requesting you to please go through NPCI website. Month-wise, they publish. Month-wise, how many millions of transactions and what is its corresponding value. So on an average, now it has reached that 30 lakh crore transactions. So that if that is the volume, government may one day think, yeah, chalo, let us get this thing also reported from a third-party application provider like PhonePe, Google Pay. A threshold, it's good for everyone. End of the day, government wants money, legitimate money, not otherwise. And where taxpayer is convinced that he has a liability to disclose it. So there are we have a huge transaction that takes place through F&O segment. If you read today's Times of India, there is one reply given by central government to the extent of the transaction that takes place under F&O segments, and I am not able to recollect. More than in 90% of the cases, it's a loss only. Average loss per person is around 1.5 lakh. It's the number of people who are traded. So just easy. That's what government one fine day may decide. Chalo, we will get this also reported. Now in your AAS, you have CSDL, NSDL, and CDSL reports all transactions. Yes, purchased and sold. Information is gathered and provided to the end consumer. End consumer in turn makes a decision. In fact, nowadays it has become very easy for us to file return. I feel whatever is shown in AAS, that should be the end. So we also don't bother. Beyond AAS, it is some nasib. Yaar aane bara. Avreno madkondidare between two individual. Exchange some cash and I don't have any proof. Then I have no business to get into that. So that is like Tirupati Undi. So anything goes, will go. So that's how we are operating. So what is the takeaway for all of us here? We are all professionals. First and foremost, the need of the hour is to sensitize the taxpayers that they cannot you may say like Naveen ಹೇಳಂಗೆ 10 bank account ಇದೆ, he is showing only 1 or 2. Then we have told it is reflected. Every bank is reporting. So it has to be told. They need to be to disclose those things. And whenever in any case, if there is some resistance, it's always better to tell them the pros and cons. For example, Bengaluru, there's huge land transaction in land. Sarjapura, Devnalli, land. So everyone thinks that is the agriculture land. It is not. There is a rule, urban agriculture land. So, yaar purchase ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, he is deducting TDS. 1% TDS ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, that gets reported. These sellers claim that TDS as refund, no in tax paid. So we have number of cases. Then we ask them, it's not allowed. Something you have to accept it. Then again, reluctance, whatever. Then it travels to different path. So when you are getting 3 crores, 10 crores, and you are not paying any tax, which is not acceptable, it leads to avoidable litigation. So such a sort of awareness maybe is a need of our, and I'm sure the information barudrinda, you can forcefully tell the other person. Suppose in this case of agriculture land, you can tell, is it already some buyer has deducted TDS. It means he has in his mind, it is very clear, it's urban agriculture land, urban land, you have to pay. Then we can also explain them, this is government, what is a policy, like 8 kilometers, within that 8 kilometers is laying down something. So all those things can be done, told to the taxpayer. So in this process, we as a stakeholder, be from as a tax administrator or facilitator, we can always reach out to taxpayer and tell them that information is being gathered from the government, from different sources, and one has to be more truthful in disclosing those transactions. So in this background, this directorate we are operating, and we have 8 different we are operating from 8 different stations within Karnataka and Goa. Across India also we have 18 directorates, and every time we define our modus operandi or the work, the way we handle the things. And government is more receptive towards our work because they want more and more information to be collected from third parties instead of going to taxpayers. So that way we have been, and we also come out with identifying some unique pattern of tax evasion. For example, in Bengaluru, it's very quite rampant. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇದೆ, ರವಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ರವಿ ನಾನು ಇಬ್ರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಸೇರಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಎ ಫರ್ಮ್. ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ದೆನ್ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರೆಂಟ್, ಫರ್ಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್. ದೆನ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ITR 4 ಫೈಲ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ITR 4 with 6% of tax. So no house property income in ಈ ರೀತಿನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಜನಗಳ. So like firm has taken on sublease, and it is giving it on sublease. So sometimes it has to be declared under income from other source. It's huge. People are doing it. Okay, someone has taken it for say PG, running PG. That's fair enough. It's a business, but it's a standalone activity. It is not even business. So these are some patterns we come across. So the thing is, what we found is during in this process, sometimes the income is whatever is received is not reflected on the right head. So adunnu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the instances of taxpayer getting notices will come down. So with this, I'm just putting a comma to my interaction. Then further we can have more and more deliberation. I know this is quite exciting.
Sir, you should say what are the implications. That's more important. No, because
True.
that is what makes people. I should be careful.
See, whenever nowadays there is a lot of interdisciplinary approach towards when we handle the thing. Suppose I come across a case, I will not see from income tax angle only. I will see what is its implication with GST, what is the implication for say ED. We have come across a case where some person has purchased 1 crore worth foreign currency. It has been reported. When we see he does not have the capacity to pay, he is filing mere ITR 1 or 2. He wrote to ED. There may be FEMA violation. We don't know for what purpose he is doing. So, like, what is not only from tax angle, paying direct taxes, you have implication for other statute. We have come across a case where someone has given property on lease, say rent. We got some property tax paid by him cross check. We just tallied. We found he has not paid property tax in the that property being in commercial in nature. Yes, paid it as see now what is happening? Departments are talking to each other. Whatever the things like BBMP is doing, suppose your e-Khata, everything is mapped. Your property tax is mapped. Your sale transactions are mapped to that e-Khata. So they can go for minute detail. They can find out minute details and come out. So my thing is there are two aspects: impact in terms of tax. Tax, whatever is due, one has to pay. Second is we have a greater push or thrust to share with others. So any instance of violations will also be notified to others. Maybe the other department will take cognizance of it.
Nice presentation.
Yeah.
Dr. Matthew is here.
Thank you, sir, for
We are fortunate to have sir here. We have trained.
We had an experience.
I would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Sebichin Matthew, who is the mentor for this direct taxes committee. He is sitting on the other side now.
So it is not other side or this side. Same side. At the end of the day, I have to my tax and my salary get like in TDS is there on my salary. I'm paying it. So we are all on same side. Our job is to see that whoever is going away from the mainstream to pull them and bring them on main.
Sir, it was a very nice presentation. I think all of us got an insight into your department as to how it works, how it is sharing information with other departments. I think I would probably let us have an open house. It's question answers. Anybody would like to ask any questions, please mention a name and be specific so that we can have more number of questions. Yeah.
I'd like to go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. And my name is Fatima. I'm the managing partner at Grant Thornton. I'm also a transfer pricing expert.
Okay.
I'm joined by my partner Vijay over there.
Okay.
Sir, I'm curious. So obviously there's a lot of technology being used over the years you described. And although President said that there might be hesitation in sharing intelligence, but as you also mentioned that sharing more will bring in more compliance and end of the day it's available.
Yes.
So you're just sharing proactively. In that context, what I want to ask is that use of technology, AI and interdepartmental sharing of information, how is the assessment expected to change going forward? How do you see that, especially with AI? And how can corporates especially plan to be more compliant and by documentation or governance? That's it.
A good question, madam. First and foremost, sir will also concur with that. Previous regime, like 20 years, 30 years back, it was open-ended scrutiny time. So you pick up a case, you start digging. You start from one end, you are not knowing where we are heading. So you should end up verifying or examining each and everything. Now, what is happening? Anything which is being flagged, it is very specific. It is very specific. Let us be very clear. Government does not believe in going for roving inquiry. So it's any specific issue will be flagged and it will be known to you also. That is one. So that again comes from the department's robust internal process to identify those risks. different parameters it is will be which are decided, and based on that it is picked. Now, in so far department is concerned, that is taken care. We have flagged an issue. Now, what is the other person will have to do? If it is a case of face-to-face interaction, you have an opportunity to explain to them what is the business process and all. Everything comes from business process. Now, the conventional business process has changed. Now, so I think we have moved, and it's financial ecosystem has changed a lot. 15 years back, we never thought about UPA regime. So it has come. New business process, new businesses have come into place. So that in that context, my requirement would be to explain the business process properly, okay, with logic. This is how things are happening. This is the procedure or process we follow it. That is one. In case of any inquiry which is conducted in electronic mode, where you have no this one, my advice would be you need to be specific to the raise and use lots of like maybe a table. A presentation becomes key. Your English may not be understood by me. My English may not be English. It becomes a fight between your language versus my language. So the presentation becomes key. So many a times the officers are deprived from knowing what exactly the business process. So if someone can explain it better in a logical manner, some depiction, proper depiction, then it gets started out.
My question is,
Thank you, sir.
we are upgrading everywhere. Dr. Florence, what I'm asking is, how equipped your department is? Same language, they understood what you are diluted from the top, or they have to be trained well or not?
Capacity building in our department is a continuous process. There happen to be the DG training also. It's a continuous process. But this process is in this regard, department gives a lot of trust for the officers and staff to upgrade their skills, know better about the changed financial ecosystem. It's a continuous process. That's what it depends upon the kind of leadership we have. As an officer, we are all recruited by the government of India to manage. So when we are managing we should know what is happening around us. It's a continuous process, and we have mandatory training hours. In a year, we have to do 50 hours of training. This is a continuous process. It's happening. And one major issue which we have come because of changed scenario of interaction, so that opportunity available to learn from each other's perspective is missing out. Maybe as a professional, sometimes you should make an whenever you get a chance to interact with the officers or vice versa. See, today we are very happy to be here, to know the phases and to know what is happening, to share our concern or thoughts or some whatever ideas. So that two-way exchange of knowledge becomes very, very critical. Maybe that role of like BCIC or any other organization becomes very, very critical, because end of the day, it affects the taxpayers. Like I can see like your organization firm is here. I was in for some PSU, do some exercise. See, now, when you sit across the board, you get to understand. This is the need of our, maybe like we have two streams again, one old school and new school has a tendency to think that they know everything. I'll write something, some good English, AI enabled. No, it will not happen. Please say it. Unless otherwise someone explains me with process chart, business process, where exactly things are happening, in what way, I will not be able to appreciate it.
One question.
Oh, sorry, please.
Yes.
One, please, let me start this. I'll come to you.
Any update on fast phased schemes?
Which one?
Foreign scheme.
Foreign asset.
Declaration. 6 month window will be opened.
If it's not immediately opened. I think that they will not. So. There is someone taking it forward. Last week I was in an annual conference. This was also discussed extensively. Government got more than 20,000 crores tax from declaration of foreign assets. And now it was told, very important thing. The amount of complaints has increased. People are coming, have become aware of the requirement. It is happening.
Sir, you said that very less people are filing the return, correct?
Yes.
Compared to our population. But how effective is your survey and investigations? Let me tell you, you just enter into a commercial street. Each building has got 10 floors and all those things. How many people are really, one is that complying with the income tax rules, regulations and all that. How many are really, disclosing it? I think there is so much leakage in the business itself. But all these steps are very good. What has been taken? What are the steps you have taken to bring them under the net of income tax?
Your observation, 100% correct. And I tell you why. Why? So the thing is the expected outcome. Yes, the expectation that department will change each and everyone will not happen. Let me be honest. We have population of 140 plus crore. Department with a strength of 50,000 cannot change each and everyone. So in this, to bridge this gap, that technology started using. That's why as a director of intelligence, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to gather more and more data. But no, data has become new power.
Yes, data is the power.
No, what is that? We are earlier, anyone can come and go. You raise the standard. Benchmark. Fence. Like we are raising the height of fence. So we are making it difficult for a normal person to cross over. So this is the thing. And if you to appreciate this fact, yesterday, the department has published the tax collection. There's a growth in tax collection, so be it corporate and non-corporate. The growth rate is 25%. Now the question comes, when your economy is growing at 6%, how come income tax is growing at 25%? That is known as buoyancy. That is what is a hidden operation we are doing it, which cannot be quantified. See, today I cannot say sitting Mahesh or Ami sitting here, I got 100 crores. No, my number may be running into lakhs.
Yeah.
So, but this is typical of in income tax regime. It's a buoyancy, tax buoyancy, which is due to the various measures we are taking. We try to plug those things. Now, building is okay. So we will map with property tax as paid. It is very easy. So our map
Is it happening so much? Sorry, if you meet the people, you can easily make out they are not filing the return.
ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ಅದು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಲೋನ್ ಹೋದ್ರು ITR ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ we undertake verification related purchase of vehicle. Somebody has paid Innova 35 lakhs. ಹೌದಾ? Then it is flagged to us because he has paid ITR 1. We send them notice. We have caught hold. ಒಂದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. See, they have deposited cash in SBI account and paid. So many things are there. And secondly, the benchmark, the threshold for filing return has also increased. Almost 12 lakhs, you end up paying nothing. So other many, someone is doing business, it's a net.
I think everybody, even department and others, may have to educate the client. For example, taxation limit has been increased. We should ask them come voluntarily and pay the tax up to 10 years. Pay the tax. Happening.
It's a continuous process. It's a continuous.
Don't pay.
There is a human psychology we are saying.
I think Please.
Sir, I have one question. Okay, continue. Sir, question. So that, sorry, that our 140 crore population, 9 crores filing the income. You have all information with your system. So why not you are sending that voluntarily information to the all citizens that you are not filing your income tax return?
We do it. For example, many things are happening. So, like last year, 15 lakh taxpayers were sent notice by the departments, email. Other than not even notice, it's the email campaign. Sent stating that you have some reportable transaction, but you are not filed ITR. So strike rate is around 40% of them have responded by filing the income tax return.
I've seen that. Risk management team and all.
It's how's So that is the first stage of verification. They send mail. If they don't respond, then they flag it to us. Then we chase them. The department is doing, but again, let us be very, very clear. We, as a department, we are only 50,000 employees. So we cannot, like country has only one prime minister. They say to manage. So to manage the economy where 28 lakh, 29 lakh crore taxes are collected, taxes. There are limitations. That's why the technology component has come into play.
Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful time and the presentation you've given. Nice to hear this tone of trust-based assessment and collaborative efforts and all that. My question is slightly a specific one, but just to again understand and have your views on the process related to AIS. Wonderful path the government is taking, and we have all data in place. Certain times what happens, sir, is that there is a data which is coming, like for example, capital gains.
Yes.
In case the demat company has sent the data in which there is a sale coming, but purchase is not there.
Yes.
So it's not a fault of department or the tool. The data is not sent there. Particularly, for example, like splitting or bonus shares. To which what happens is the gain, net gain coming in the AIS is higher than the actual gain. So all chartered accountants, what they will do is they find actual numbers rather than the AIS.
Yes.
So to that extent, there is a gap. So should there be any correction which should be taken by us in form of feedback being given?
Yes, feedback.
And second, can any steps be taken to inform these demat companies? And also data goes is right because it reduces a lot of effort for government as well for the owners or for the taxpayers.
So second query first. See, there is a schema which is put in place for reporting. So by these NSDL or CS, DSL. So various scenarios have been visualized, like outright sale or purchase, some through the split, gift, transfer, off-market transfer. Many scenarios are there. There may be issues with it. Sometimes those companies are also limited by information. So it's a continuous process. To some extent, we may not be able to cure that because they are handling huge. Correct. Suppose in a year, we as a intelligence directorate, we received 235 crore pieces of information. And the value of it is 6 trillion. The Indian economy size is less than 4 today, as per 3.96 trillion. I am receiving 6 crore. Like in current account, the amount of cash deposit is 43 lakh crores, which is almost equivalent to cash in circulation. This is volume. The first question is, there is a schema, we have notified it. It also undergoes changes whenever these sort of feedback we get. In respect of first question, it is very, very important. AIS is not the ultimate, like it is empowering the taxpayer. Please dispute it. Please dispute. So we have a case, like the number of cases, property transaction. Naveen or Vishwanath or on the Manali. They have sold a property for 5 crores. Fair enough. Sub-register officially, they don't ask for each shares. They don't want. So in each case, 5 crore is reported. But that information is visible in AIS in both the cases. They need to dispute it. Then that information goes to the source. Then we as a directorate, we reach out to the source, ask him to correct it. Maybe government has provided that facilities. You please should you to tell that.
So my question is, we are collecting a lot of digital information, especially the personal information that we have to act of digital personal some act in that. Now, and income tax department exempt that provision. So in European country and other countries, there are very stringent law for personal information and sharing of personal information. Since we are collecting PAN, transaction detail, and so much personal information, we want to understand what safeguard or what the department or government of India is having, especially for financial transaction, personal transaction, to safeguard this information from going into a wrong hand or misusing or whatever way they are doing.
First and foremost, we have a platform which collects all data. We have different ITBA, many sub inside platforms. Not each and every one is given access to the data. It's a role-based access. Suppose I am just verifying case of A. I can access that is data only, not entire universe. That is so role-based data access is key. This has been enforced. Secondly, we are not permitted to share that data with outside world. And whenever some data, thirdly, whenever the data is moved from one system to another, it flows through secured platform. SFTP protocol. There is a huge, robust protocol. Data transfer protocol is put in place. Fourthly, that audit keeps on happening. Internal as well as external audit for data security. Information security keeps happening. Fifthly, suppose we have commitment under FATCA and CRS. Their team come and assess our compliance. So largely, you might have come across income tax data is not breached. It's not made available. Suppose if I access any data, any information today, now, audit trail will be there. When access. And I cannot access without, like when I log in, OTP is generated, is there, timestamp is there, so it is there. So largely we are very, I can assure this August gathering that data integrity and secrecy is very well maintained. It is not freely made available to officers within the department, also outside. For outside also there's a protocol. One agency will have to be notified. Once notified, they will make formal request, then we share it.
So one more question. When we are checking about TDS on cash withdrawal, is it interpretation is wrong or what is the thing behind? It says that every bank total deposits from its branches put together, whether it cashes to 20 lakhs or 1 crore and all. If that real spirit was to bring the cash deposits, see what can be done and all. Now, people will go and deposit. I mean, you get the data, that's a different. But for the purpose of TDS, it has been drafted in such a way that cash withdrawal from the same bank, including all the branches. But if he has got shortfall of 1 crore, but he has got 50 lakhs somewhere else, Canara Bank, something, Syndicate Bank, whatever it is, was that a lacuna in the drafting of the law or what it is,
It's a limitation, not a lacuna, it's a limitation. You cannot be present everywhere. You handle one bank, like you are interacting with Canara Bank. Canara Bank will not have access to that bank.
Department will have the access.
But threshold is there. So what is happening? Anything which you do, you have to see from cost of compliance.
Okay.
You cannot increase that cost of compliance for be it bank or the taxpayer. So government in its own wisdom thought 1 crore is the threshold limit. Over and above. See, someone operating multiple bank accounts, it's a limitation.
So through the PAN, it will be attracted, no?
No, but that is below.
The moment you punch in the PAN, it will take all the cash deposits, whichever the bank.
That maybe that time will also come. What happens? I tell you, the people
Sorry.
I have been advocating this, let me tell you. So you access, you use your Aadhaar, OTP comes.
Yeah.
So back end, one can know how many times his Aadhaar has been used for authentication, various things. Like it is like CIBIL score. How many times it has been accessed? So day may come in income tax. You put your PAN.
Flexibility to that.
Yeah, that's what. When
India person.
that's what.
From all the sides.
Yeah, please.
He had a question.
Conversation, wonderful, lot of knowledge from the point of view of a layman. I have one question, which is more of, humoristic. When do we catch up with IRS and Revenue Canada? How the kind of effectiveness they have, when do we hope to reach that level of effectiveness?
It is highly debatable. One, so what is being presented may not be the truth. So we are happy considering the diversity of the nation and the mandate we have. So, in India, taxation is not only operates from the viewpoint of collecting more taxes. It's an instrument of social change, economic development. So I think the ecosystem of that IRS and this IRS changes. We have given so much of exemption, deduction. It is a country.
It's a growing economy.
It's growing. See, for example, you purchase you sell a property. You have been permitted to use it for purchasing another property. Your deduction is there.
Probably those countries have gone through these phases in order.
See, that's what. Suppose they're the big corporations end up paying less tax.
Yes. Thank you.
Ecosystems are completely different and mandates as a social.
Yeah.
So you talked about that the government is encouraging refiling of the returns, updated returns. So if a company makes a mistake and pays extra tax, then to update these returns, why is the window too small? Yeah, just about it is 6 months or so.
No, 4 years. 4 years. Now, initially it used to be 2 years. 25% additional tax. 50, 75. No,
So I don't know whether I made myself clear. If you make a mistake and pay extra tax, can I again update the returns?
Second tax.
No. Only one. One for original return. You have time to revise it within the whatever prescribed time. Then when you cross that time to revise it, then you have updated. Only once.
Once it can be applied.
The return is only for payment of tax, not to take reference.
One way.
Refund.
Anybody from the back side?
Yes.
Skiing from
Yeah.
the.
Please.
If it is qualified in the audit report, is there any mandatory to send the scrutiny?
Qualified, like any
Example.
Audit report consists of certification. You take it on that.
RMS.
Based on the result, is it flagged immediately for?
It will be known, like you are all uploading electronically.
Yes.
So everything will be visible or available to the system. Again, it all depends upon the risk parameter you assign for the purpose of picking up.
And one more question. Already notices were closed. Again, new Director General or who is coming and again reopening. Why?
Is it from scrutiny purpose or investigation?
That is a additional document submission. Now order is issued. Again, again new person is coming and again opening.
Insofar as anything is happening in electronic platform, there is no. Once a process, I submit my report, either I can ask any question or you can file anything. That window is over. Please let us know if there are any systematic.
So that's why.
We would like to know if there is some lack on it, we can flag it to the concern.
Okay, sir.
But one, I can assure you, like any proceedings after the end of proceedings, there is no way I can use that platform to issue notice. Government is very clear.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
asset information model is coming into the income tax. How equipped is your department to bring in all the assets into that system? And especially when I'm sure there's agreement between India and foreign countries. Actually, in case of US, I had a client recently coming and telling, see, anyway, I've not disclosed until this year. So how will the department know about the existence of the?
Okay, and now it's a good observation and input rather, I can say. See, then it was that US IRS is not working properly. I am accountable insofar as any US citizen who is based in India to get his report from the banks concerned or any institution concerned, send it to them. So if something is happening like that, then the IRS is not functioning.
Probably the next conference you have in US, you can mention it.
No, sir. All federal laws and other things. Indian tax structures are different. Some people show us HF, some people show us that. That input was missing. Notices are given if they're a citizen of a thing.
That's what happens in US also. Threshold is $50,000.
Yes.
In case of CRS, is a zero. Maybe they may not be casting that reportable. That is one. Otherwise, I see all the systems robust.
No,
Very like.
very lucky because generally it's not
No, no.
because system is like that. They will be caught.
No, they will be. See, and no bank wants to take risk. If what happens today, Canara Bank is not missing out something, it's been flagged, they may take action.
No, because of your data, we are facing problem. Because now most of the people, they buy the property, they never disclose and collect the rent in lesser than cash and all those things. Because of your data input something, we are being caught there saying they're not disclosed another.
Yeah, true. We also undertake verification. Let us be very clear. See, in case of this Patkan CRS reportable accounts also, we undertake verification. We go to the reporting entity, like banks or otherwise any trust which are operating, and verify whether the documentation is correct, self-certification correct, PIN number is correct. This is a huge issue. So that's a continuous process. We as the professionals in this part of the globe should be very careful because as on date, India is receiving $140 billion of remittance. It's a huge remittance. Around 3.5 crores Indians are abroad, 2 crores are PIOs. They're permanently there. 1.5 is NRI, floating. So sometimes they come, they go and all, they operate in dual mode. So please, maybe this sort of sensitization is required, especially places like Bangalore, where the flow is too high.
I think last one question.
Please.
Okay.
We'll take two.
Last two. Yeah.
You answered a lot of questions, so I just more making a statement to you, and I hope you use the data often, like how this gentleman said, because I think I have a background in cybersecurity, so data is very important, and I'm glad that the government is using it. So first thing is, are you using AI to compare like for like across different businesses? The reason I say it is we had a scrutiny audit which lasted for 9 months, which was completely faceless. 9 months, every 2 days or 3 days, a question came, including payment for 1,500 rupees, who it was paid for, where was the challan for it, every single thing. Our business works completely overboard.
Yes.
So we were happy to do the audit because we wanted to see what the end result was. The result was case closed, no problem. I know all of my competitors, or people who are my competitors, don't do that. And I know that they're completely in a cash economy. So my question to you is, can you all use AI to see what you all have learned from my business and apply it to the rest, so that it will be an even feel for the people who are doing it?
It's a good observation. Once, as a part of capacity building, some specialized courses are organized to share the experience outcomes. So we benefit from that, like the digital payments, something. So experts are invited and we attend, we gain the insights. So it's a continuous process that departments undertake, and fortunately, like within department also, good number of officers are there who have specialized in one or the other domain, like transfer pricing in international taxation, business specific also. One thing what like again, it's something not related. See what is happening because of change in mode of interaction. It has disrupted the system. The key thing which you have asked, the officers stationed in Jharkhand may be assessing it. He may not be aware of it.
Your point on picturization was well taken.
Yes.
Maybe it took time because of that.
That's the problem. You see, unfortunately, what is happening? You see, the benefit of direct interaction has been vanished, and the business ecosystem has changed. Today, it's all interlinked. It's not that any steel maker or a trader is pushing some product. He cannot push at his own whims and fancies. He has to have some other checks. He has so many checks and balance. GST is there, e-way bills. But unfortunately, that learning is not taking place at a larger scale. That's what we now sometimes see the government in its own wisdom takes some decision. So we are duty bound to implement it. So in this limitation, within this limitation, we try to learn what is happening. Learn to be more fair and just.
I think one more last question. Yeah.
So first of all, thank you for sharing practical insights in a very simple and transparent manner. Appreciate that. You spoke a lot about how you are sharing information with what sort of information data you use agents and how is that helping you?
For example, we have foreign exchange dealers. So they are also reportable entity. Any person purchasing foreign currency exceeding 10 lakh, it has to be reported to us. Like RBI has authorized specific entities to undertake category 1, 2, 3. Category 1 are the big banks, import export related. Category 3 are the travel related. Now we approach, suppose we approach RBI to seek the authorized, authorized dealers. Sometimes we gather market intelligence, some reports here and there, someone caught handling foreign currency, selling something out of books. And now we write to RBI. We get the data because he is liable to file daily report, monthly report. Those data. Then from GST also we get GST. What we have one forum called Regional Economic Intelligence Council. So it's added all around 30 plus organizations are part of this. GST department, your foreign ED, your BDA, then BBMP, state GST department. There are a number of Lokayukta. So we keep exchanging notes. I have mentioned, I have reported around 33 crores worth transaction where stamp duty has not been paid. So now they benefit from our action. In turn, they give it to us. What happens? There is a property registration value, like market value is 8 crore. Yes, just paid 5 lakhs. See, for stamp duty purpose, he has paid completely on 8 crores. So that is flagged to us. Then we chase him. So this is how there's a lot of exchange of information. Forums are plenty. SEBI is also part of it. MCA is part of it. You name an organization, NCB is part of that.
So could you share examples on international transaction front on exchange of information, on particularly with reference to transfer pricing? Any examples on information exchange?
I think I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
Let me check. I can make an attempt to check with my colleagues.
Sure, sir.
I will tell you, they have information like that.
They do.
Say for
what?
We have one.
Yeah, they have.
We have one division, FT&TR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They know.
They separate. Through them, it is channelized. Suppose they may need to gather some information.
But I'm sure all of you are very happy with the questions answered.
Yes.
I will be requesting you can drop into our office. Try to know what we are doing. cup of tea. I always feel empowered taxes. Taxpayers and the professionals are the best one to carry forward our legacy.
Okay, Mahesh will offer you tea and he will extract information.
Well, coming back to one question which I thought I should say. Today, startups ecosystem, startups, any company, any industry wants to get a lot of value add, innovation, etc. Why doesn't the income tax department say tell the startups, we have only 9 crore out of 140 crore. Why don't you make it more? Get them some idea.
That's what they're,
Okay, okay. Fine, sir. I think that was excellent. Now, what I would do is I would request our Sibichan Matthew, Dr. Sibichan Matthew, to give us the summing up of this entire proceedings and what's from his perspective.
Thank you so much. As a member of the Management Committee, as well as the member of Direct Tax Committee, I'm so happy that this particular program has been arranged by Ravi and team. And in fact, last few days, I could see so many messages in WhatsApp group about this program. And the hall is full and wonderful that everyone participated so well. And I would like to tell you only one or two things very briefly. One is that as it was told by our dear friend, that compliance is low, compliance is very good. In fact, if you see last 10 years, it has not doubled, much more than that. And when we talk about 140 crore or whatever the population, we should see what is the capacity of people to pay.
Yes.
And in India, our capacity, we have been utilized so well because of the good work by Mahesh and their team in Criminal Investigation Directorate. Wonderful, very structured presentation by Mahesh, very simplified way you put it. I would like to tell you, my dear friends, in the last 10 years, government did a lot of work for ease of doing business. Now, because of that, Ravi and our dear friend, all chartered accountants have become jobless. They say, sir, 1 hour work, more than that, no work at all. Because everything is faceless and everything is electronic now. And it is easy for a
department also doesn't have work.
Yes. That's why the 50,000 people are too much, I think.
Then apart from that, he said that we don't have work. Only the taxation work is not. It is there. Certification work is there. So much is there. But department also nowadays when he goes, nobody is there.
That is why they have not increased the number of.
That's why I'm saying that doing business in India, department has taken to a non-intrusive way. That is good for all of us. When I file my return, it's so easy for me. Yes, it is there. Or TAS, it is there. I can just say click yes. Except for the fact that there's some mistake, I can always question, dispute that. But it is easy for the taxpayer. It is easy for the tax officer because online. And at the same time, faceless is not totally faceless. Any SSC who wants to say that, oh no, I would like to come on video call. It can be done. Easily it can be done. So the video conferencing facility is there. And the revenue, income tax revenue has increased like anything in the last few years. Yes. We have to admit that. We have to credit for that for the Criminal Investigation Directorate who gathered data from all sources. Now, all these sources have regularly filing the information, and there are one or two mistakes which happen from our side, taxpayer side. One is that everything is in electronic mode, and as Mahesh said, if you are not seeing that electronic communication which has come to our email ID, we miss the bus. Because I will give you an example. Return has been filed. And if there is a mismatch can happen because arithmetic mistake, some of this reporting entity also commit mistake. Yes. And if there is a mistake by the taxpayer or anyone else, there will be a demand comes. And before raising a demand, department issue a communication to the email. We found there is a mismatch. Please go through it within 30 days reply. And 31st day, automatically system raises a demand. So what is the mistake we commit as taxpayers or our representatives? We need to respond to our communication and see the dashboard. This is one thing we can tell all our clients that we have to see the e-filing dashboard and check up any communication is there. Any demand has been raised. If the demand is raised and we have not responded back, then refund will get adjusted automatically. Now this will litigation starts.
ease of doing business and the transparency in our processing. One thing sir, you said about search and seizure, what department is doing. We are doing searches. I think searches is intrusive action. Only less than 3,000 cases in the country.
This is what
it is not the department going and ransacking people.
It's a scope.
We are not required. We are getting data. I'll give two examples. Two examples. One is people claim agricultural income. Agricultural income, that is our basic tax planning. Showing agricultural income.
That is the only thing is
yes.
That should be changed.
Now, that department collect the information of all those who are claimed agricultural income, use the AI and match it with whether they have actually agricultural land. And they collect the information, send it across the country with the investigation directorate. They issue notice, and through satellite images, they found 90% of cases agricultural was inflated.
They found one.
Second point, I will tell you, 80 GGC. No, a contribution to political party. Again, collected maximum data, and we found a person who gets 60,000 rupees salary, 40,000 political party donation. All the data has come through this type of data mining which they have done, and quietly they said, department said, no, we are not going to impose penalty. Again, the government is so lenient. They said, window updated return. You file updated return, pay little extra. So what I feel that so much of good thing has happened in direct tax administration because of data mining and the use of AI and all those things. And there could be some gaps because of reporting by FADCA and CRS because of reporting entities commit mistakes sometimes. No? So that is why FS schedule is very important, that penalty, 10 lakh penalty, now it is reduced slightly. Very important that any asset anywhere in the world, they need to report in FS schedule in the return. People are still not aware. So this type of knowledge gap is there. I think BCIC has a predominant role in educating our members, that let our members, BCIC members, don't commit any mistake, any error. Yes. So that is a directors committee. We are committed to educate and get maximum revenue for this country without any injustice for taxpayer. And wonderfully presented, Mahesh and team. Excellent. I think we'll have more interaction like this in future also.
Yes, sir. And we part one, sir. Part one, because we have part two to say.
Yes.
How we leverage? Yeah, my friend told me about AI, using AI and other things.
Yes.
That like if someone says, just to give an example, let us be very clear. We are also very professional. If someone comes to me and says, don't come. If only some issues there, we'll flag it. For all agriculture, urban agriculture, we use very simple technique. Dishank website is there, Government of Karnataka. I put that survey number. I collect lat and long details. Use that. Then go to Google Earth. Then I just can locate. Then I go to Karnataka, again, state government website. Kaveri, I download KML file of, say, BBMP. Superimpose KML and that lat long coordinates. I will be knowing whether it's within 8 kilometers. That's it. My work is over.
So on behalf of direct tax committee member, I would like to request something to you also. Many times these notices come at the last minute. That is one big problem for all the taxpayers, because there is no time to collect the information and reply. So if you can take the initiative, your team, so that information reaches, well in advance, so that everyone will respond properly and we'll take the part.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bichil. Can I request our Vice President Sushnath to propose a hearty vote of thanks?
Sure. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think you will all agree with me that we had a very, very interesting interaction. And the moment we say intelligence and investigation, one assumed you would have someone who's strict and stern, sitting and being very, very serious about things and serious lecturer or talk. And I'm sure you'll all agree with me that Shri Mahesh has done a stupendous job from that perspective, that he has made us all feel at ease. He spoke to us very, very, what should I say, without putting us at, any kind of discomfort, and very patient. And I think we've all learned a lot in respect of what the department does for the country and the country's economy and the tax collection. We're very, very happy, sir. Thank you very much for having spent your time to be with us. And this is just the beginning, as you rightly said. We'll have many more such interactions, and I'm telling all of the audience here and all the members of the chamber that we will have many such programs to the ensuing year, and we'll have many more such interactive sessions. We will all, gather a little more knowledge than what we had back home, take home something with us, and we sit and reminisce about what we discussed here and the takeaway from here. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, Ravi. It is, sir. The token of you come this side, man. Sir, please, sir. Please come. Yeah. A small ecology, a contribution to.
Thank you. About agriculture.
Please.
Yes, sir.